Like, I was thinking about how a lot of the war propaganda early on in like the 40s and stuff used superheroes. And I'm like, that same thing's being done now with superheroes. Because I saw like a screenshot of like old Captain America, and I'm like, that nigga looked just like Biden. Like, I'm like, is it Biden or old Captain America? Like, what were they prepping us for? It's like, what?
Yikes.
But yeah, in those superhero movies, it's like, they never say anything about the damages done to the innocent bystanders or the fucking...
The hero kills just as much, if not more, than the villain. But how much of the, like, extra damage they do to the buildings, all that shit.
For no reason. It's like, man, you could have plucked that nigga in the forehead. He would have been dead.
Isn't there like a whole series about that?
Yeah, it's The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, no, I was just talking about how, like, in just regular movies, you know, regular superhero movies, it's just like how that was used to have that kind of group programming. It's just like, okay, Team America, we got heroes, we're the heroes, but nobody's ever on the side of, okay, you know, started from the bottom, now I'm here. You know, like Batman has money, Iron Man had his dad's money. Some people get bit by spiders. Nobody has to put in the work and actually sit there. You don't have all
now,
these
the Eastern heroes, they did put in the work. They trained for years, right? MC Maestro says, a cinema company actually counted, and heroes are more violent than villains in movies. Sounds like the Bible, too. Human nature. When we do something right, this is NLP too. When something goes right for us, yeah, I did it. I take the credit. When something goes wrong, it was something else's fault. It's because of something else that failure happened. But when something goes right, it was my skill, it was my prowess, my experience.
Yeah, one of the presuppositions that I had to like take time to like integrate is the one where where is it? The one where basically it's like, oh, there's a positive intention motivating every behavior and a context in which every behavior has a value. Yeah. So it's like that applies to me. I'm like, oh yeah, hell yeah, like correct. But then it's like when shit my dad does to me, like I have to have that same presupposition.
Yeah.
So then that's when it was like, what the fuck? Like, when I thought about it, like it made sense if I was to take my bias away and just think of it from his thinking.
Right. Hell yeah.
To him, he's doing the right thing.
It takes mental strength to come to that and accept that, because we're pre-programmed to see the bad guy. That's why I keep saying there's no enemies. There really ain't. Yeah. Each one of these people out here doing their thing, you think it's, they're planning to kill us all with their vaccines. Even they have good intentions for themselves and the people that they care about. Yeah. What they think they're doing is right, if they're even doing what the fuck y'all think they're doing or say that they're doing. Bill Gates has got a big ass garden. He's doing the right thing. He believes he's doing the right thing. Nobody's sitting up in the dark castle like, yes, we are evil, doing evil things. Nobody thinks like that. Hitler don't even think like that. Nobody thinks like that. That's not how it works. Even these gangsters and mafia people and anybody who causes a lot of damage, they believe they're doing the right thing. I like these presuppositions. It's basically a framework of assumptions of what most people think.
Yeah.
That's what a presupposition.
It's like 99, because like the only people that wouldn't fall into these categories are like basically yogis or like trained soldiers. and like Navy SEALs, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, other than those types of people, like, everyone else falls under it.
That's what I mean. Like, there's buttons and triggers that no human can resist unless you have done some intense self-work. And more than likely not, so more than likely you've not. Like you said, unless it's a yogi, some kind of sadhaka that's in some serious practices, or some trained military person who is about business and Master Chief, basically, from Halo.
Yeah.
I need a weapon.
The first proposes that reality is not out there, whether we are observing it or not. And then the second proposes we create or project reality based on our needs, desires, and expectations. That's what, like, I feel like that's like my favorite part of NLP. How it's just like, even when you are under the perception, like when you're having sex with somebody and it's like super intimate and all that shit, it's like you didn't even have sex with anybody. Like, that shit was all in your head.
Yep. Not to mention, to you, it might be super sensual and erotic and everything's perfect. That's not going on in their head, too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Even likewise, sometimes people meet you and something else is going on in their heads and you have no idea. Oh, we just had an amazing night, huh? We just ate spaghetti.